How's it going, guys, and welcome to part 2 of the mace build. In this part you will see me make the head of the mace and the handle part. I hope you will enjoy this video and I'll see you in the end. Let's not waste any more time and let's get to building.
I feel paralyzed.
Alright, I only noticed while editing it, but if you look very closely, look very closely, like right there, look very closely. You can see I accidentally made 3 of the same shapes and one is the odd one out. So because I care about people with OCD, I'm gonna cut out this one another time, not use this one, so I have 2 that are like this and 2 that are like this. Or actually, no. It's gonna be a post-apocalyptic inspired mace, so just 3 of one kind and 1 of another kind we'll have to do. I'm just gonna weld them to it. Don't think it will make much of a difference on appearance sake. It's just how I'm gonna do it. We're gonna do the handle part with some paracord. I just got this piece of leftover paracord and I think that will do just fine. So for the wrapping, you start at the top or at the bottom in this case. Gonna bring it all the way over to the top of the wrap. Then you're gonna hold it there, keep it pinched with 1 finger. Wrap it around 1 time. Wrap it over itself so it holds itself in place. And just start wrapping it around over the strand that goes to the bottom. If you run out of paracord before the wrap is finished, then there's a really easy fix for that. You just take your second strand of paracord, you heat up the ends, push them together like this, and then with some scissors or something you just push them together so the molten ends will be flat together. And you can also wet your fingers and then roll them around so they'll have a very tight seal and it won't be any bigger than the rest of the paracord. While attaching to those ends together, make sure you first wet your fingers, since the molten plastic is very hot and can stick to your fingers and give you some nasty burns. To finish off the wrap, just tie it off with a simple knot and then cinch the ends and put them flat against the paracord. And now the handle part is done. Well, this sure as hell couldn't be that effective already. But to make it even meaner, I'm gonna attach the blades to the sides. Which look what I got in the mail today. The parts of my welder that were broken. And those are the spares. I just installed one of them on my welder, so you know what that means. I can continue building the head of the mace. My welding isn't really the best, so don't judge me too harshly on that. I just got my new welder. It's still really hard for me to make even the simplest line or the simplest hooks together. But to make it a little bit easier for myself, I'm gonna lay the blades of the head on a piece of wood so they are already level and on the correct height on the mace. It's divided in 8s already and it's really easy to see where the fins are supposed to go. To make sure we can secure the head in tightly later, I'm first gonna make a cut in the top part right there. Not all the way, just this part. So when the ring is on tightly, I can put a wedge in between and hammer it in really tight. So the wood will go to the outsides, make the ring fit on really tight and really snugly. So now let's get to the welding. Now I've laid it flat between two pieces of the same thickness of wood, so the other one will become perfectly perpendicular to this one. For the last two fins I attached it in a vise so I could reach it better, it would stay more in place and I didn't have to go to the trouble of holding one up all the time. Well, I just spent 15 minutes forgetting what to do because my welder didn't work again. A little tip, before you start to weld, don't forget to give him the clamps. Now what I have to do is clean up all the ugly welds I made, which are basically all of them, since I can't weld properly. And I'm not gonna take a lot of time doing that. I will probably just file it a little bit down so it won't stick out as much, but it won't take a lot of time to do that because first of all it's hard work and second of all it's post-apocalyptic kind of mace, so it should look a little off. So it's also not really a problem if it looks a little rushed or it looks a little filed down or scratched. That's just because of the post-apocalyptic. That's just because of the post-apocalyptic theme. So I just made this wedge to hammer into the top of the mace. And as you can see now, the top mushroomed out, making it nearly impossible for the head of the mace to come off. And now the mace is basically finished. But for aesthetic purposes I'm gonna wrap the handle up with some masking tape, wrap the top up with some masking tape and just hit it with a few coats of paint. Would you look at that? I live in the Netherlands and it isn't even raining. This is gonna make my job a lot easier because now I can just spray paint outside. To paint this mace I'm gonna be using a primer first, and when that's dried I'm gonna go over it with a matte black. Now for the third coat of paint and the first coat of matte black. The thing I love about matte paint is you can easily see when it's dried, because when it's still wet it still has the kind of glossy look, but when it's finally dried you can really see the matte effect on it. You can still see it has the glossy look to it, but once it's dried it will be all flat black. And look guys, this is actually pretty cool. Because of the two different colors of paint I used, it looks like I accidentally sprayed salt and pepper over my fingers. Look. Since it has been officially too dark to even film out here, I need to go inside. The sun has set and you're gonna have to do with the crappy indoor light. Now the last step of this process is just removing the masking tape and then it's officially finished. And these are the final dimensions of the mace. As you can see, it's 50 centimeters long. The handle part is 17 centimeters long. The head width is 11 centimeters long, and the length between the points of two opposing fins is 15 centimeters long. It's very tip heavy, like a mace should be, and I think it came out pretty good. And there you have the finished product. I really enjoyed this build, mainly because of the way the head came out. The welding was pretty hard to do, but I managed to get it pretty good, and with the black paint and the black handle and the solid wooden handle part, I think it looks really nice. I want to ask all of you guys to please share this video with at least one of your friends, so they can also see how I built these weapons. Thank all of you guys for joining in and watching till the end of this video. I'll see you guys in my next project. Bye.